Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. You remember a while ago we reviewed the Neo, a fun little fitness watch with a really fun carbon fiber background and nice bezel and screen and all of that stuff. Well, we now have the ZEBLAZE Neo 2, and we're going to unbox this one for you today and give you a quick run through so you can compare the two of these. If you haven't bought your Neo yet, you might want to get the Neo 2. Let's get inside this box and take a look. As usual, it's an airtight fit. There we go. Now, unlike the original in a larger box with the band already attached, or at least in the bottom, yeah, it is. It's attached. Half of it's attached. Okay. Well, maybe yours will have the whole thing. There's the rest of it. That's why I like to do the pure unboxings, folks. Yeah, we've got two buttons instead of one. That's one of the differences between the two. A larger watch and a bigger bezel, but we'll do more comparisons after we go through and check out where you can get this thing. From AliExpress official ZEBLAZE store, they're offering this introductory price of about $35, a Neo 2. You can also pick it up directly from Banggood, and Banggood's got a tiered pricing going on. Same matching price at $35 for the first 100 pieces, but they're almost out. Then it's going to ramp up. But of course, I might be able to get you a coupon to keep it kind of low. We'll check on that in the show notes if it's past this introductory period for you. What are you looking at inside this one? Well, right off the bat, they're highlighting that we've moved up to Bluetooth 5, which is going to be better power management for both the watch and your phone. Multiple watch faces. It's been a big question from folks is, how do I get more faces? You buy yourself a newer watch. 1.3-inch full round touch screen. It's got this new HRV, heart rate variability health index, in it. Take a look at that. 24-hour heart rate monitoring and an Italian vachetta dessert strap. That's on this thing. At least half the strap is on it. Hey, nice. Yeah. Leather. It's a leather strap. Here's our sizes, here's our weight. It's zinc alloy all the way around. Again, the leather strap and the length and all of that stuff, 24 millimeters wide in case you want to put your own on, obviously removable. We're looking at 240 by 240 pixel, 1.3-inch IPS, full round color touchscreen. You've got different sensors in here, an accelerometer for your step count, proximity sensor, and a heart rate sensor. And 180 milliamp hour battery with a charging time of an hour and a half. Should last about a week or so. It's got a water resistance of IP67, which supposedly you could dunk it in water briefly, but, well, yeah, that's just to kind of keep it from splashes if you can. It uses the FFit app, and it's supporting currently these different languages on board. Standout features, we've already talked a lot about that. We'll show you each of the screens separately as we go through and all the stuff that comes with it. So let's check all of that. Now, from the other source, here's an overall spec sheet just so you have it. Not going to spend any time on it other than to scroll through, come back if you want to, freeze frame it if you'd like to read it. And if I didn't answer some of your questions, hopefully they just got answered for you. Let's continue in the box. When I take out the insert and grab the other half of the band, you notice it's got a quick release on it, and these are so easy to use. Press down, get it inside the hole on one side, which you have to kind of feel for. Hello, where are you, hole? Oh my gosh, it actually broke off on this one. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to have to do this off camera because there's something stuck in the hole on that side. And this one, of course, would just go in there. Maybe that's why it's off. Things happen. Inside here, we've got the charging cable, standard 2-pin, connects on the back magnetically, 50-50, and I should not go to Vegas because I'm always hitting the wrong side. Not strong enough to hold it, and it is a relatively heavy watch. This one uses the same 2-pin design, And it looks like it's the same pin connector and a much lighter watch. So that's one of the big differences between the first and second generation. We can take that off now, is that this is a larger and heavier watch for sure. We also have the manual, and as we always do, we're going to page through it, the English version for you. Simply because, as I usually mention, you won't be able to find these on the web easily in PDF format. If you lose yours and there's a function you need to know, you could be lost. And so at least having this archived on the video gives you the chance that you can always come back to smartwatchtix.com, find your watch, and set it all up. And now we're into different languages. So that's a quick overview of it. I think we are ready to try to fix this, charge it up, and turn it on. Yep, the Neo 2. There we go, all back together. Turned out it was just a little bit of particles, I think from the edge of the band that was in there when it popped out. Probably wasn't seated right. Little Q-tip on both sides, took care of it. No problem at all. So, taking a look at it, we saw the connectors. We have a little raised area where we have the diode, the green diode for heart rate. We got some screws holding the whole back together, 2 buttons, nice bezel. Press and hold the top button, turns it on, and we are on live right now. When you come down here, I want to show you, first of all, brightness is at its lowest. This sucker is really bright. If I go up full bright, you can't even see anything in here, can you? Totally washed out. But actually, it's bright yellow, and outdoors, it's going to be easy to see. So there we are. We're back down here to this level. And we're going to also show you that you have the QR code that you scan for iOS, if you're using an iPhone, or for the Google Play Store. And the app is called F-Fit. We're going to look at that in just a minute. Or a Chinese version of it is available as well. Each QR code set for the unique store. That's something new. Haven't seen that before. You have Do Not Disturb that you can turn on, or set period nighttime time frame that you decide to choose to have it automatically go on. Here's your Bluetooth connection information. Currently disconnected, but when you're tied in, you'll be tethered to your phone. And this takes you into your overall settings where you have theme. Now, this is where we have all of the different watch faces. And actually, I thought there'd be more. That's the first one. Here's the second one we've seen. I've got a nice, really big, bright one for outdoors. That's great. Easy to see. And then an analog face. And now I'm all the way around again. So 1, 2, 3. Where you've got basically 3 faces on it. Might be possible to add more. I didn't see any way in the app to do that, but we'll take a look at that in a moment. But there you go. You got 3 different faces on here. And that was all accessible by getting into your settings and going into your theme. You have screen off time. How long do you want it to stay on? From about 5 seconds to 15 seconds. The longer, of course, the lower your battery will be, how fast it'll run out. But it lasts a really long time anyway. So I popped it up to 15 seconds for my use here. And we also have system. And when you go into system, there's not really much other than shut down, which is a very quick and easy thing. It says it'll turn off, goodbye, goes all the way away, press and hold, just takes a couple of seconds, and it's back up again. So very fast, very easy for the information up here. Your power level, Bluetooth connection, the actual time and date are shown as well. You can't go anywhere from here. It's just up to get there. The other direction now drops you into your app drawer. Before we go into there, left will take you looping backwards across a bunch of these different panes or windows. Go this direction first, where you have all of your running your step count, calories burned, and distance traveled, which I haven't done any. I just unpacked it. It immediately goes into testing your heart rate and your blood pressure. Notice it goes off if it doesn't sense your finger, which is really good. It does heart rate, it does blood pressure, and then it's back to watch face. So you have those 3 things plus your watch face. You have all those features up there. And coming down, no left, no right, or actually it takes you right back to there. But coming down is where you get into all of these state. is, again, that panel that we just saw on your step count. So that's being repeated. Heart rate and blood pressure are going to be exactly the same as what we saw when you go across here. So just two different ways to get to the same information for state, heart rate, and blood pressure. After you get past that, you get into sport, where you have badminton and ping pong, football, riding, walking, climbing, running, and each of these are tied to the pedometer inside because there's no GPS in it. And to get out of this, you press and hold long time, wait, 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 and then you can stop it. And you get your data basically on the sport. There won't be any trajectory tracking or any of that stuff. Sleep notification, hard to get these to stop just right. They tend to jump. That's your last night's sleep time will be shown on here if you wear it to bed. Then notifications is the notifications sent to you that you've set up to accept from the app. That's typical. We have, after notifications, a stopwatch and a countdown timer. Now, these show on the screen, and when you activate them, you're locked in. The screen and everything is frozen. The only way you can get out of it is literally to pause it here and reset it, get out of it that way if you want to. You do not have the ability to leave a stopwatch or a countdown timer and have it run in the background. So just be aware of that. It'll be showing on the screen, and you kind of have to work with what you got. But it is really nice, big, bright digits. So if you're doing some sort of interval training and you want to quickly be able to look down and see how much time you have left, you've got it right there on the screen. And it's already preset for 1, 3, 5, 10, or you can dial in the time you want for your own countdown interval. Okay, settings is exactly the same settings we just went to from the top. Theme, screen off, system, which gives you your ability to shut down, and that basically is the whole watch. So what I want to do now is show you the tethering app called FFit. Here it is in the Google Play Store, and if I open it, I go right into the opening screen, but there was some setup I need to do to get in there. Let me show you that part. When you set up an account, and you can't get into the app without setting up an account, folks, so that's another consideration. If you're going to do any of the tethering things, there's no guest mode. With this watch, you absolutely have to have an account set up. When you do, you need to give yourself a nickname, gender, birth date, your units, your height, your weight. Then the next page is going to ask you to estimate your skin color, and that will help, I guess, with the heart rate and blood pressure detection. Then you get your moving target of what you want for daily steps and hours of sleep that you're looking to get. And I guess that will help it determine how well you did. And then you drop into that opening page, which looks like this. Whatever step count, distance traveled, calories burned you got going on will be there. Device not connected, but after you tether it the first time, when you power it on, you give it a couple of seconds, and it's already connected. So now we are there. You're going to see your heart rate information, last night's sleep time, and target completion rate based on what you put in with your 8 hours of expected time. You can do an exercise, and you can measure blood pressure supposedly right here from this page. You go into the data tab, and now here's where you'll have your step count throughout the day and a bar chart every hour. More of a demonstration of your sleep time over time. And your heart rate information with your 24-hour heart rate would be on this chart. And blood pressure is available for you as well. Your PPG heart rate and PPG blood pressure, because there's no ECG in this watch, and you probably saw at the beginning there was some ECG items listed on the screen that are not there anymore once it tethered, because it's not an ECG watch. So this app is used for a lot of different watches and bands, I presume, and you get what your unit will actually do for you that gets shown. Care is where you can connect with other friends and send your data back and forth. And mine is your specific area where you've got your count set up, and you can go into your device. And here's where you basically control everything. It wants you to open notifications, which I'm not going to do because I don't plan on having it send me a bunch of notifications. Find your device and shake for a snapshot right here. You do that, it'll put it in camera mode. You shake this thing and you can take a picture. You can have it notify you for incoming calls or SMS. It's not a watch you can answer directly from here. There's no speaker and microphone. There is vibration in it, however. You have more settings for all kinds of apps that are on your device to push, and that's where you would set all those up. You can turn on continuous heart rate monitoring. Will drain the battery a bit, but as long as you're wearing it, you'll get continuous heart rate. If you don't want that, don't need that, turn that off. The lift your wrist to see the time will light up the screen when you do that. Probably want to turn that off at night or set it up in the do not disturb to automatically go out. Notice it's 16:05 unless I change to 12 hour, and now it's 4:05 p.m. See that back and forth? It's not doing a 15-second timeout. Looks like it's about 5 seconds. And you can have metric or imperial measurements for setting things up as well. Firmware updates, disconnect the device, all that is here. And then on your page, you've got your goals that you put in here, some guidance, common problems, and about us is all the stuff that rounds out the F-Fit app. So you got the app, you got the watch. We took oh, sorry, you didn't see that. We took a quick look at the comparison with the original Neo and Neo 2. They work differently. You swipe down, and here's where you change the watch faces. Here, you get into all kinds of settings or your app drawer, right? Here, you swipe over, and same way when you're at this one, you come over into your steps, and now here you're going into your apps, and here you can turn it off, and now you're back here. So they really work differently. Watch the review on the original Neo if you're interested in that. For a smaller wristed person, the original Neo is probably going to be the one you want to choose. Ladies watch, smaller wristed men, children. And the larger watch is appropriate for anybody really, but if you're really discriminating on size, this might be the one that you want to wear if you're a guy. It's got the nice leather band, and that's what it looks like on. And by now, you know there's 2 places you can get it. This is a test. The first is AliExpress, directly from their official store for about $35 right now on special, or pick it up from Banggood. Got links to both of these guys. It's also at about the same price point, but will be going up. However, we may be able to get you discount coupons to keep the price low for you. Alrighty, guys, you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. We appreciate your subscription and being here and telling your friends while they're hunkered down with nothing to do to come on by and learn about smartwatch technology. There's more out there than Fitbits and Apples, guys. There really is. We'll see you again soon.